Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasu here. Come at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for you guys today. And hopefully you're having a good morning like I am. I haven't had my coffee yet, so expect a yawn or two throughout this video. Also, if you're new here, hopefully today's day I earn your subscription. We're 7 subs off of 4,900, so if you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. If we get 100 likes on this video, that'd also be awesome. Smash that like button. Check out my sponsors, like if you buy anything on TCG Players, my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost. You check out Tapio cards, use code Saki 5% off, and you guys could get sleeves, Yu-Gi-Oh! Hats, deck boxes, dice, and a lot more. So go check them out. And then check out my last sponsor, Whatnot. Whatnot is a cool place where you can have like live streams of stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh, other card games, shoes, literally anything. And you can also just buy stuff as well. And if you use my affiliate link down in the description below and you register, you could get $15 for your first purchase, which is awesome. And they have a lot of cool stuff here. I actually was able to get some awesome stuff from the site last week. You guys could check our Discord, our mail day, and see what I got because it was pretty awesome. So go check that out. Thank you to my YouTube channel members. Consider being one. And remember, let me know what cards I'm going over in the next Mark Watch in the comment section below. We're going to get right into this. So Nightmare Apprentice Quarter Century is bought out. I mean, this is the best card, one of the best cards of the set that's not Tenpai. And what you got, 190, 200 right over here. People were like, well, this set needs a few big hitter Quarter Centuries. And a lot of people had to just force whatever was at the top to go even higher. For example, Nightmare Apprentice Secret Rare. These were 28. I said, well, this is a great card for the Illusionist archetype because you discard to special, right? So it helps pitch something in the graveyard, and then it searches an Illusionist monster, right? Which is good. And these were about 26 to 28. And right now, if we go verified, no listings really. You got 38.40 here, but it goes up to 45 right over here. I mean, if Illusion is going to be any good, this is the card you're going to want to have. And being the most expensive secret rare in the set, 26 to 28 was not a good look. So 40 to $45, that's a lot better. But this set still has issues that you can't profit off pulling the best unless you pull the best secret or the best ultra. And I think that when a set first comes out, there should be a few cards that can get you over what you spent, right? Opening packs is a gamble, right? But a gamble should have a chance of winning. That's all I'm going to say on it. Diabalstar, the original Sin Keeper, aka Walking Anti-Trap and Spell. These are not 77, about 100 bucks, 110 over here, going up to 150. People have also decided this card should be worth some money, which is good because this card I still think is very excellent. We're probably going to start seeing it, but not right now. Now the secrets, about $16, $17. That's not too terrible here. Yeah, about 17 here. Okay, so these were about 15 to 16. Now they're about $17. Not too bad here. Now, Shining Sarcophagus Quarter Century. Now, this card looks absolutely beautiful. I actually want one for my personal collection because of how awesome this card looks. And it looks like a lot of people might be thinking the same because 47 here, going up to 55. That's not too much, but this 14 listings is very worrying. The Yugi deck is actually a lot better than I thought. I was talking to some people, and one of the ways that you can play this deck is going second with a bunch of board breakers. And the deck could pop off, actually. And I've been, asked about there. Like, I said, well, is it meta? And they were like, no, it's not. And I watched some of the replays. And this deck is not as bad as I think a lot of people think it is. But it could definitely be better. But if you want these older Yugi stuff, because you're like, wow, I just really want it. Well, these quarter centuries, I think they're almost as cheap as they're going to get. I would definitely be looking to maybe at least getting your Shiny Sarcophagus, if nothing else. Varadus, the Final Bringer, End of Times, these are $15 here, going up to 16. I think this card is going to go up once we get more of the Yubel support, and I think that this card is definitely being slept on. It's just having two level 10s instead of making Baron, it's a lot more difficult, but I definitely think this card has a lot of room to grow. I said that, hey, this is probably one of the only good cards you're going to want from this set. I always said that, and if you don't have your copy, I would definitely go grab it. Rowan Toad. Now, if you didn't watch my last video, which you guys should, we got a bunch of Lost Arts revealed. So you guys are going to want to check that video out after this one. And one of them was Treeborn Frog. I
forgot for a second. So I want to check up on these frog cards. Now, Rolling Toad is a card that could come off the list and do absolutely nothing. It's in one of the many, many, many Yu-Gi-Oh hits that Konami does, where they're like, well, instead of hitting problem cards, we want to keep those around for money. So we're gonna hit this card that can be replaced just to show that we did something, even though we didn't, and we're just like inconveniencing players. That's kind of where Rolling Toad falls on why it's banned, aka Sprite. But near mints here are about $7 here. Now they're usually about 4 or 5. I always hope people get them at 2 or 3. I said this is a card that you can get like 2 sets of. They do go up to 11 though. And if you click lightly played, yeah, add some, but it's still 32 listings. Still not too much here. If you don't have your Rolling Totems, definitely go grab your supers, because once this card comes off the ban list, which could be any day now, in my last ban list video, one or two people got upset. And in fact, that was my most disliked video, was my ban list prediction. I'm gonna do it again on this next ban list, because one person had an issue with me putting a couple cards that could come off the list. It's just when Konami feels like remembering them, like Wind Up, Carry, and Rolling Toad. And we're like, your list is wrong. Look at all these cards you thought could come back, and they did. I'm like, yeah, because Konami's gonna let them one at a time to show like, oh, look at what exciting new cards you could play with. Even though I would love if Konami actually like cleaned up the ban list. I think I'm not alone there. Dupe Frog also going up. These are 10s going up to, you know, $14, $15 here for your supers. This is also an Edison card, so you guys have to remember that. Am I shocked this is worth money? No, Dupe Frog's always been like a double-digit card. Totally awesome first eds. This card has always been infamous. I mean, this card always sees play. $14. Like, if you say water, you're gonna look at this card. Honestly, very good card. I feel like this was the card that could have all been hit at one point when Sprite was available, because I could still make this card even after the Frogs got banned, the Rolling Toad got banned. So I was like, you know what, this is probably the card to hit, because I also don't want to have Paleo with this. I don't want to see this totally awesome all the time. I still don't, but this card's pretty good. OGs are about $14. I feel like this would have been a cool quarter century rare to bring out, personally. But yeah. Swap Frog ultis are 115, about 160 here. This card has been anywhere from 100 to closer to $300. I think that if you're a Frog fan, you probably already have this. And if you don't, you'd rather spend your, let's say you want to sell this, $350 or aka $345 on just like anything else, and I'd fully agree with you here. This definitely is a card where if you could get a deal on it, like you see someone at locals for it, I'll take like $300 for a set. It's not a bad pickup, but this card could get reprinted in some higher rarity, but I highly doubt it. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now, this card has been going up all across the board because Savage is banned. This is kind of the new level 8 that a lot of people are looking at. And right now, these are about 13, going up to 15, going up to $20. And this is for an OTS super, mind you. Your Ultras from Dual Power, these are 15s, going up to 18s as well. You've got your Crystal Wing Battles of Legends, Light's Revenge Secrets. Now, these aren't the OG print. The OG print is right here with the Shining Victory, so keep that in mind. These are 15. You might as well not fall for this dumb trap. Like, again, I don't know why people are buying this at 15, 14, when you could just get this secret rare at the same exact price. Now, if we put verified on here and we click near mint, 21 listings, 15 goes up to $18. Definitely a card that you could get, but then you look over here at the OGs and you're like, wait, I could get OGs for 20. So go grab these at 20 or 25. This card could easily hit up to, I mean, it goes up to 40s here. I think that we're going to start needing to see some more success with this card for it to kind of go higher. But definitely a card that Konami needs to reprint. Hey, Rarity Collection 2 possibly? I mean, it could be, but I don't know if Konami would remember this card for Rarity Collection 2. I mean, I can't say it's 0%, but I wouldn't bet on it. Now, the Ghost Rares are about 125, 130 here. However, you can tell people are looking at it because this is like very short off $200, $300. So if you want this card, and this has been on your list to get for a while, because I know a lot of people wanted this card back when it came out, Ghost from the Past. I think this and Dark Magician were like that top 2 Ghost Rares to be sought after, and a lot of players chose this one instead because they're like, well, I want a card I can play with. I could play with Dark Magician if I need a Garnet for Dragoon, but I'm not, it's just too much for a Garnet, which I would fully understand. Plus, this is a lot cheaper. So I would say this is not a bad buy. I mean, it's low on listings. It's going to hold value if it's in Rarity Collection 2 anyway. I think a lot of people are also just waiting to buy cards until we see more from Rarity Collection 2. Now, it's the 6th of May. This set comes out, I think, the 22nd or 23rd. So we have 2.5 weeks. So, Konami, if you want to just, like, hurry up and show us something, that'd be great. I mean, like, we should be getting a reveal or something soon. And you guys know I'm going to be dropping that info. Unchained. You got 110 for your Yamas. 12 listings. That's goes up to 126, 170. That's quite low for your Yamas. Because I think 100 is very fair. Unchained Soul Rage, about 30-ish. Ultras are 26. Yamas are 22. Anguishes are 10. 3 for that. I mean, your Unchained stuff's just a lot of money like usual. Droplets, I want to check back up on this. Remember how I told you guys to get this at $70 to $80? 130, 140. I always told people, quiet alarm. I always told people, hey, this card, even though we have the quarter century, is a lot more rare than the 25th and will always be worth more. And I thought I was wrong. And on some of these Rarity Collection picks, I really was wrong. I think I definitely underestimated Rarity Collection. But this card has bounced back up. So if you got these at 70-ish to 80, well, it's basically after, this one set goes, it's back up to 140, which we saw it at. So you'll love to see it. In fact, we might as well look at the quarter century. I think these went down, actually. Because I said there's no way these prices hold with the ulti so close. About $60. Okay. Ulti Super Poly. These are for verified. 90. Goes up to 120. Goes up to 140 for your ulti Super Polys. That's way too much in my opinion for ulti Super Poly. But hey, I guess 2 quarter centuries were not enough for it. Definitely a card that I always wanted the ulti instead of the quarter century. That's my personal opinion. But and that's just because I like ultis more. In fact, OTS 14 has aged really well. I mean, you got Nibs here at about 115. I mean, you probably have less listings. You got 15 listings here. You've got the sleeper pick, Ulti-Tune Kingdom. We might as well take a look at this. We got about 33 listings, 24, 25. What's the sales history looking like? A little, okay, so little bit here, but definitely could be a lot more. I really don't know why people are sleeping on Two Kingdom when the other prints are worth money. Your messenger laws are like $3, but I think as we get closer to the Military support, which is in Forbidden Legacy, I think it's called, we could see that go up. Parallel XC is about $1 or $2. Red Layer was worth money at one point. I think that 4 strings is pretty good to get at $1. Remember how this card went to 10 and 15? And we said sell, sell, sell? Well, hey, if you had a couple copies, you could use one of those copies and just get whatever amount of 4 strings you could get with it. I mean, that's what I would do. So you still have the card, you still have a lot of profit. That's the way I would see it. Because this card, I mean, people are still going to want the hollow versions of this. The rest of this set isn't that good. I still think the token's good because it just looks cool. Like, Demise can always return again. That's what I see. In Dragoon, I actually want to look at Super Dragoon very quickly here because we are getting that Atlantean support eventually. Near mint lightly played here because this card's so old. I want to look at the lightly plates too. Yeah, about $2 to $3 here. All right. Terraforming ultis, want to look at these as well. For verified, I want to go near mint light play here. $70 for light play. Cool. Near mints are 75. 90, 110, 123. So people are finally swinging back and getting the ultis instead of the quarter centuries. Which you love to see. I mean, the quarter centuries are still worth a lot of money, though. You know, $90 to $100 here. I think both look great, though. I will say. Now, I want to do a blast from the past. Dark Magician Girl, super rare. I always told people to grab these, and this card is still, you know, about $3.50 today. You know, $3.50 with shipping. The card does sell quite a bit, though. You see 4 copies there, 4 copies there. You know, it sells, you know, within 2 weeks, it always sells about 15 to 25 copies. You know, there's always someone who comes in here and just buys like a ton as well. I think this card is definitely still a sleeper pick. I just think that if Speed Duels gets disconnected, get ready to see like one of the biggest buyout waves ever because people are going to be like, oh, It's out of print. We're going to go grab it. It is what it is. In fact, Speed Duel Tour Pack 1 is just cheap in general. I mean, 18 for your Blue Eyes, 16 for your Relinquish. That's actually quite high. 7 for your Sisters. And these are the Ultras. The Red Eyes is 7, and the Dark Magician is 6. If you've ever wanted the Dark Magician, which the tablet art looks really ugly, I'll actually be doing a tier list soon about the Blue Eyes artworks. And if that does well, I'll do one for Dark Magician. But $6 here going up to 10. I would actually grab these Speed Duel ones. They're very cool to have, in my opinion. And then you have the Oracles at like 5 to 12 here. Table of Contents at 2. The Time Wizard $1. I have these just because I love Time Wizard. If you guys didn't know, it's one of my top 5 favorite cards from back in the day. Just love how this card looks. With that being said, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the live stream tomorrow. Peace.